Selling software is easily one of the biggest holy grails of the entire internet game and is one of my favorite things to sell. In fact, software is my favorite product to sell, period. What I'm about to share with you in this video is a complete marketing plan for SaaS business owners. So if you have a software company and it's not been growing or it's been plateauing, or if you know your product's really amazing and just not enough people know about it, grab a pen and paper. I'm about to share with you some of the secrets of some of the largest SaaS companies in the world and how they grew so quickly. Let's dive in. All right, you guys know me. You guys know I draw like crazy, but I'm going to shoot through and walk through these 6 pieces real fast. Now, the first thing that you need to understand when you're selling a software is that your software is actually part of the offer, not the offer. And it's one of the biggest things that people struggle with when they sell their software. They get too feature focused. I don't know. Just bear with me. Pretend that this is the software, right? Your software, and I know that software can take millions of dollars and years for a team to go develop, whether or not you're a coder, but you get blind by it, right? You start to literally, in this case, see red. You're not actually thinking clearly. You're so focused on this is the feature and this is the benefit and this is why I made this and coded this and put this together. It actually makes it harder to sell because you're so zoomed in, right? You're literally trying to read the label from inside the bottle. So the first thing you have to understand with software is that you're not actually selling just the software. What you're selling is, and this is what most people are missing, and most of my software clients that come to me, they're missing this piece. They're missing a theology, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to create for yourself a unique theology. Let me give you an example of that. So I got this client who has this, he's got a software that helps people with trading, like trading futures, big players. It's awesome software. And literally this last week, I was reviewing his stuff and going through it. And it's an amazing software he's put together. It took him a long time, just like most software takes. At the end of this session that I did with him, I just let him know something like I'm telling you right now. I said, look, you need a theology, right? Meaning go create a book. It's got to have your beliefs. This book has to have the structure of what it takes to go be successful. You have to look at it like this. Your software is just part of the tool that lets people do the theology. And so when you start looking at successful softwares that are out there, you can start looking around and seeing that they're actually teaching some kind of model or thought pattern or thought architecture. Oh, in order to get from point A to point B, you got to do this. And by the way that you do that is with my software. You see what I'm saying? You're actually positioning, let's say you're going on a hike. You're like, this book has the map to go from point A to point B, but I'm actually going to sell you a walking stick and a pair of shoes, and I'm going to sell you a cell phone on the way, and that's your software, right? Think about your software like the support that it takes and is needed to actually go on the journey, but don't make it be the focus of what you're actually selling, right? So your offer needs to be, and this is how I visually think about it and actually teach it to clients as well, is that if this is your offer, you're going to get, my theology. You're going to get, maybe there's access to a cool community. Maybe there's access to, I don't know, blah, 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 X, Y, Z, 1, 2, and 3. But one of the things in there is access to the software. Software companies mess it up all the time, is that it's the only thing in the offer, right? So when I say you need a unique theology, the best thing that I've seen software companies do to go get leads quickly and sales quickly for their software is they actually create something else. In this case, I find that it's usually books. So a lot of software companies that blow up, they built the software, but in order to sell the software, they create one more thing. They create a book, and the book has the theology, and their marketing, funny enough, drives to that theology. And when you buy the book, you have the chance of getting, do you just want the book? That's option number 1. Or do you want the book plus a free trial of the software, right? And now we're using the book as a reason to kick trials out the door and get a whole bunch of trials. That right there is one of the biggest restructures that I tend to have to do with software companies, is they don't have a software problem. Their product's good, but they don't have a good offer. And remember this, products and offers are not the same thing. And so they have a good product, but they literally have the wrong offer. They don't have an offer that's built to use the internet to get lots of sales. So that's number 1. Let me know down below if you're having a problem with number 1. Let's all see what kind of issues are. Maybe we all together can start brainstorming how we can actually improve each other's software-based offers. The second thing that I do with software companies is we want to remember that all sales is really about changing somebody's identity. Right? They're not actually buying your offer. What they're buying is an identity. Think about this. Any new superhero movie that's out there, you basically have some schmuck who is a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the brand new, like the super old school Spider-Man movie. He's kind of a loser. He's pushed around a lot, right? I always remember the glasses. I wear glasses, but remember the glasses scene, the glasses get knocked off. You can't see anything. They paint him as a weakling, By the time he starts owning this new identity, I am Spider-Man, right? He now is cloaked in strength. He's really the same dude. His identity has shifted. You're doing the same thing in sales. And it's actually one of the coolest things to do in software because you're giving them a cool tool. So imagine it like this. I do that with this shirt, by the way, right? Imagine it like this. Imagine I'm pitching your software and I'm trying to create a better sales message for it. And I'm trying to create better onboarding for your software. And let's just say, for the sake of the argument, I'm trying to convince people to get cloaked in the capitalist pig. I would say something like this. Welcome to the new software. We're excited. You just started your 30-day trial with our software. So psyched to get you onboarded. Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Steve Larsen. I lead this group called the Capitalist Pigs. We believe in getting rich and solving problems for profit. We're super psyched to have you. By the end of this, we're actually going to invite you to become a capitalist pig with us. Anyway, let's dive into the software. Okay, now if you listen to it, what I just did is I created an identity anchor. And a lot of people are missing this. When they buy your software, you need to challenge their identity. You basically need to put somebody in an identity crisis. My favorite way to teach this is, let me know down below if you tend to buy like generic brands or if you tend to buy like name brands, you know? So I love this example. Let's say I'm going to go buy eggs, and I don't know, I'm carnivore. So, and I'm looking at the brand eggs and I'm looking at the generic eggs. You know, in my mind, I'm using my identity and sense of self-worth to justify which one I grab. I deserve these better eggs. They're better eggs. These eggs aren't like those eggs. It's who I am. And we use our identity to justify whatever choice we make. You know what? I deserve the cheap option because I'm frugal. You know, why would I waste money? I don't waste money, right? We're always defending our inner identity. So what's funny, and software is no different. And it's one of the funnest things to do to people, especially in software. It's one of my favorite things to do in software. Let's say I go to the checkout line and I swipe that credit card. I'm either saying yes to my new identity or I'm defending my existing identity. Every purchase is that way. And so the best way to onboard people into your software is to offer them a new identity. And you have to realize that that is what people are actually buying. Your software just happens to be coming with it. My favorite way to do this with software is basically you kind of gamify onboarding with a new sense of identity. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the software. We're super excited to have you in this thing. It's, along this journey, as you use our software and use our tool that we've created for you, you're going to become a blank. I am a whatever. I am a capitalist pig. You want to fill in that sentence, and you're beginning to cloak them in that identity. And let's go one step further with it. When they complete the onboarding of your software, send them a shirt. We have so much data, and other companies I've worked with, where we found that people literally don't ever log into the software, but they also never cancel it because we sent them a shirt. It's an expensive shirt, right? But it just goes to prove the power of identity. Identity is one of the most powerful tools in closing people into a new purchase and for increasing your software's lifetime value. All right, the third thing is the rule of three. This is one of the biggest rules that people break in software because they don't know how to price their software. So I'm going to share with you guys some really, really simple math. This is really powerful to watch. There's a company I was working with a long time ago where they had a product that was $97 a month subscription. And then they had another tier of their software that was $297 a month. And I asked once, why is that priced like that? That makes no sense to me. Why are we pricing it that way? I remember I was told, he said, well, it's actually because of the math. It's because of the way this thing runs. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, as you would expect, 80% of our subscribers are on the lower tier. 20% of our subscribers are on our upper tier. So let's do some numbers. Let's say you get 10,000 people to subscribe to your software. So 8,000 people are on this bottom tier and 2,000 people are on this top tier. Now, what's crazy about this is look at this. So this is $97 a month. 80% of subscribers are on that. So that's 8,000 people. And that was about $776,000 in this scenario coming in every single month. But the rule of three does something very impressive here. Watch this. The rule of three is literally saying, let's 3x whatever the bottom price is and make that the price of our next tier. So if you have a software that's $1,000 a month, just in this example, your next tier would be $3,000 a month. If you have a software that's $10 a month, your next tier of your software would be $30 a month. The rule of three says we're going to take the bottom number, multiply 3, and that is what your next tier up. Because we know that 80% of people generally are going to take the bottom tier and 20% are going to take the top tier. Well, look what it does to the numbers. Okay, what does in the numbers is it almost matches what the bottom tier is doing. And it's never perfect, right? But it starts to get in the range of how much money the lower tier is creating. What this means is you essentially double the revenue of the business with the same number of subscribers. And so one of the first things I do whenever I see a software company is I'm looking at their stuff and I'm looking at their pricing strategy and structure, and I'm going, your structure is wrong. You literally could have the same number of subscribers, meaning you do no more marketing, right? And only 20% take that next one up. And we're almost, not always, but we're almost going to match what that 80% is bringing in your revenue. That's one of the fastest ways that we tend to double, or at least getting close to double, the revenue of a SaaS company. All right, number 4, I'm going to tell you guys easily my most favorite way to get traffic consistently to a SaaS company. And this is something that takes maybe a little bit of time to set up, but is worth it in the end, and is one of the biggest reasons that we see big softwares either steal huge market share from each other or gain a lot of market share, right? Regardless of how good the software is, it has nothing to do with that. Right? You got to remember that marketing is not really looking at the product. These are all tools of making noise and getting attention to the software. You know, in the end, really the software itself is not really why people show up at your front door. It's all because of marketing. So number 4 here really matters a lot because it's talking straight to that. My number 1 all-time favorite way to get traffic to a software, and I've seen companies explode because of this, like massive businesses because of this one thing. And I think it's actually the only thing they know how to do is affiliates. Affiliate marketing is expected to like almost double by 2030. Affiliate marketing is about to explode. And I think a lot of it has to do with Amazon teaching everyone to like be an influencer and drop their link everywhere. Just the concept of being an affiliate is more widely understood. And if you're not using affiliate marketing as a SaaS company, one of the easiest places to get free traffic forever. So what we like to do with affiliate marketing, though, I like to do it a little bit differently than most SaaS companies or most companies in general. This is one of my favorite tricks. I first did this, 8 years ago. I didn't think it would work as well as it did. So just stick with me for just a second. Those of you guys who are affiliate marketers, you might lose your mind as well, or if you sell anything else. But those of you guys specifically in the SaaS space, this is one of those hidden gems and treasures. What we do is we put out a free affiliate marketing program, 100% free. All they do is they opt in. I did this a long time ago. The way it worked is, you get a little registration page and they put their email in, woo! And what would happen is for the next 30 days, they would get a new training. So day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. And all it would do for the next 30 days is drip out to them a new little lesson. And it's like, hey, you're here to learn affiliate marketing. Well, I'm literally going to show you day by day, step by step for the next month, all of my tricks, all my secrets on how I go do that. Now, how would we go do this? Am I not in a SaaS company, Stephen? I'm in the SaaS industry. Why am I going to the affiliate space? Right, so check this out. Here's the real secret on why you're doing this, right? There's the mwahaha moment and it's coming up. I want to hear the mwahahas below, okay? So, mwahaha. What we're really doing is across these 30 days, we're going in and we're teaching people how to be affiliates. You know what? If I'm going to go do affiliate marketing first, I go get someone's product and then I would get my affiliate link, and this is how I'd go promote it. And this is how I'd set up a funnel for it. And this is how I'd set up some follow-up sequences. By the way, I've got some resources for you down below, right? I'm saying that stuff in the free affiliate program. And what I'm really doing, and the mwahaha moment, mwahaha, is the only example that I am giving on how to be an affiliate marketer is with my own SaaS product. So essentially what you're doing across 30 days is training your own affiliate army. And by the end of the 30 days, on a free program, you showed everyone day by day how to do affiliate marketing, but every example is with your own thing. And you basically have educated them on how to be an affiliate, what your affiliate program looks like, where to go to sign up. The first time I did this, I had 16,000 people opt in to my own affiliate program. Totally free. 16,000. I only pushed it like one time. They were sharing it with each other. At the back of that, 2,200 people signed up to be an affiliate for my product. 2,200. I didn't have to find them. It was ridiculous. And I remember looking at that going like, this is awesome. Now, one of the reasons this is such a big key piece is because you have something as a SaaS owner that everyone covets. It's subscription. Okay. You have the holy grail of every product on the internet. Subscription. It's the best thing to sell. It's the easiest thing to sell. I love SaaS. And I love SaaS because of this. So what I like to go do and what we like to incentivize affiliates with is number 1, let's go train them with a free affiliate program. Number 2, I'm going to go in and let's say every quarter, I'm going to start publishing out to my following. I'm going to start publishing out to my subscribers. I'm going to start publishing out to my affiliates the leaderboard. the coveted leaderboard. And I'll tell you that affiliates get really competitive about this board. And I get most affiliates to get out of bed and do anything because of this board. I'm going to go to them and I'm going to say, hey, now you choose what your percentages are going to be. But in this scenario, let's say that you've decided that you're going to give away 30% of your subscription to an affiliate every month. It's really easy to get affiliates for affiliate marketing for SaaS products. It's significantly harder. And that's the way the trend is moving right now also. It is a lot harder. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's a lot harder to get affiliates for things that don't have recurring commissions. You have SaaS. You have the holy grail of every product. Getting affiliates for you is a breeze. You just have to structure it right. So number one, we have them do a free program. Number two, I like to come in and say, hey, you're going to get a 30% recurring affiliate commission. Yeah, there was times where I was making 20 to 40 grand a month in just commissions because I was only focused on selling things that had recurring revenue off the back of the commissions. My first dollar online ever was with affiliate marketing. I love affiliate marketing. So I go in and I set up, hey, let's do a 30% recurring commission, number one. Number two, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go start showing this quarterly leaderboard and have some cool prizes, right? The top 10 affiliates for the quarter. Man, you guys are going to fly out to our office. You're going to come to our it's a Mecca, right? It's kind of how we position it. You're going to come over to our office. The top 10 of you, you're going to come over to a little top affiliates only mastermind. And what starts to happen, you notice, is that people get really competitive and you're just giving power to others to talk about you. If you don't have affiliates, how many voices do you have pitching your SaaS product? One? Yours? Right? If I go out and I start creating a small affiliate army, I can have thousands of people talking about me, and all I got to do is give them a scenario to talk about and promote me every single month, right? Just as a side note, I'd love to know, what was your guys' first dollar ever on the internet? Mine was affiliate marketing. I love affiliate marketing, and I can't overstate how powerful this is enough, because you're literally giving people, if I can get thousands of people to start sharing the sales message of my SaaS product, it's one of the easiest, freest, right? It just takes a little bit of management, ways to get recurring traffic forever. Master this one. Do you really have to go do all these others? And there's a lot of companies that don't. And it's a much more stable way to actually grow a company as well with a lot less risk. So affiliate marketing and affiliate programs bolted in with SaaS, one of my top ways to help double a SaaS company. Number 5, honestly, the biggest barrier to your success is you. And it's actually how smart you are. And you may not realize that. Give me just a second to explain it though. Okay, stick with me real quick. Imagine this. You woke up one day and you're like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to be a SaaS CEO. I'm going to be a SaaS owner. That's going to be so cool. And you've spent years, maybe, or at least months, I'm sure, creating a software. And you spent tons of time, having epiphanies on this is how we could make that one thing work. And you've spent nights probably fretting over a feature that you didn't know was going to work or not. Your brain has had time to literally educate, change, and more from one place to another. You're not the same person as when you first started your SaaS. And you need to recognize that, because what starts to happen is you, as the SaaS owner, when you get behind the wheel of sales, you tend to barf on people. You technobabble all over them. It's feature, 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 benefit, benefit, benefit. It's this little thing. That's not why they're buying, and that's not how they learn the software. So the challenge is actually you. You're the challenge to selling your thing. It's literally just because of the fact that you're not the same person as when you started this. And the reason for that is a very dirty word called vocab. Oh my gosh. Vocab, technobabble. You've learned, you've had epiphanies along the way. And so what starts to happen when you have this little piece of vocab? You become smart. And someone who's just like you a couple of years or months ago says, wait, tell me about your software. I'm interested. And so what words do you start using to describe your software? You start using all the vocab and all the technobabble that you have taken time to develop, months, years to develop. And so you go and you start dumping all this technobabble on the brand new software user of your software, technobabble, things that are really technical, things that you have no context behind, blah, blah, blah. And you end up scaring away the best customers, and especially the people who would have stayed on. So the reason step 5 is important is because we need to create a bite-sized way for people to understand the simple basics of your software and also catch up on the epiphanies that you've had time to have, right? So this is how we have done this in the past. One of my favorite ways to go do this is you guys can tell that I really like small, free little mini courses, and this is going to be no different. What I want you to do is I want you to create a drip series, a drip sequence, as we call it, right? And I'm drawing it out right here, obviously. So let's say that you have a 7-day trial to your software. And these days can change and adjust whatever you want to, but let's just say for the sake, you have a 7-day trial to your software. Well, not only do I want people to take the trial, I need to somehow guide them through the trial. So now they're actually being billed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a 14-day free drip sequence. So they're going to opt in right here. It's going to be a free course, a free thing. And the free course is going to be helping them get some outcome in their life that your software is meant to help them go do. Let's say it's, I don't know, just for the example like this, I got this really cool app on my phone that I like for hiking, right? It's a cool hiking app. Let's say that there's like a free little course or whatever that says like, I'm going to teach you the best way to pack your bags, block the time in your calendar, and actually get out and go hike more mountains. I'm like, sweet, love it. And you got a 7-day trial with this software. I'm going to drop you a tip to your text messages every single day for the next 14 days, right? So you don't have to go try, you don't have to go start paying for the software for the first little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to drop out to them 1 message, 2 message, 3 message, 4 message, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to go and I'm going to design this 14-day sequence. Well, somewhere in there, I'm going to ask them to actually go get a trial to the software. So the trial has begun. And I'm dropping out a new actually helpful thing and valuable thing to the new person that I want to turn into a subscriber. All right, I'm like, well, first do this, and don't get a trial yet, because I'm going to help you do that. And first do 1, 2, 3, and X, Y, and Z. And then finally the day for the trial begins. And I've given them little bite-sized things to catch up their epiphanies in their own head. And they've learned some of the technobabble now, and they've learned some of the vocab. So now it's a little more familiar when they get into your software during the trial period. Then what I'm going to do is every single day for the next 7 days, trial has started. Did you know that we have this feature and benefit? Did you know we have this feature and benefit? Do we have this feature and benefit? Bam, 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 right? And then by the end of the 7 days, all I'm doing is I'm giving them some kind of bonus, some kind of cookie, some kind of carrot, if you will, that pulls them through the actual paywall so they actually become a paying subscriber. This is one of the biggest tricks to gamifying your trials and gamifying the required education that they do need to go through in order to actually value your software. Number 6, this is what I would do with your SaaS company if you gave it to me for a little while and said, Steve, go double it. What I would go do in number 6 is something that a lot of software SaaS companies, CEOs of that type tend to have a hard time with. If you guys know who the company Agora is, huge, massive publishing company, right? They do a lot of financial newsletters and things like that. Well, Michael Masterson, the guy who wrote Ready, Fire, Aim, he came in to a mastermind I was sitting in, and he was asked one question. And I got to hear his answer to this. It was so cool. He said, Michael Masterson, how did you take the company Agora from $8 million a year to $100 million a year? And it was funny because Michael Masterson or Mark Ford, he sits back and he goes, he knew exactly what, he's like, well, this is exactly what we did. And he repeatedly for the next 2 hours just riffed on this concept that you have to be able to pull the timeline of selling something high ticket forward. He held up his watch and he goes like this. He goes, I'm wearing a crappy Timex watch. This thing's like $50 at Walmart on a bad day, right? It's not a $50 watch. He goes, I just stopped fighting human nature. He goes, for whatever reason, I got these friends that if they were to buy this watch, they would be emotionally unsatisfied if I did not allow them to buy something that was 10x in price. For no other reason. I don't have to have a better sales message. My offer really doesn't have to be that much better, but I'm selling the more premium option just as a 10x price. No other reason, just human nature. He's like, they would be emotionally unsatisfied. And we're like, okay, sounds good, right? And then he goes, I also have friends that would be emotionally unsatisfied. 2% of my friends would be emotionally unsatisfied unless they were able to spend like 100x. He's like, I just stopped fighting human nature. Instead of waiting, like, oh, they can only buy my $300 SaaS subscription, that's it. He's like, no, what's the thing that's 100x, right, that I could just pitch out there? And 2% of the people buy it, that's all that needs to buy it. And it starts increasing my ARR like crazy. Your average car value shoots through the roof. Lifetime value goes way up. And I'm going to share with you real quick how we structure that. So the principle here to understand what you want to do, especially in the SaaS world, is you want to pull the timeline of cash flow forward and you want to do it fast. All right. How can I get 10 years worth of SaaS subscription revenue in a month? Ask that. How can I get a year's worth? Just even a year. How could I get the entire year's worth of subscription upfront? And people go, oh, I'll just sell the yearly at a discount. I don't really love doing that. I don't believe in discounting that much. I think you diss your product with a discount. I hate discounts. So that's not what I go do. All right. And we're not even thinking big enough yet. All right. So let's say you're selling a $97 subscription and a $297. You're following the rules of 3. I'm telling you, you need to find something that's wildly more expensive so that you can pull the day of cash flow forward. How can I rush forward a lot of cash, a lot of months worth of cash at one time? You're really asking yourself, how can I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years worth of revenue in an instant? And so that's the reason why we start to bundle the info product coaching consulting space or mastermind space with software. Now, there's some disagreements on what that does to valuations. I'm saying take this with a grain of salt. Maybe it's not an info coaching thing. Maybe it's not some consulting. Maybe it's not a mastermind. Figure out what fits for you. And some of you guys may not want that as a business model anyway. In fact, the client I was working with last week, I was like, do you even want a coaching program? He goes, no. I was like, then for love, don't do it. Don't go build a program if you don't want to go do it. So your personality matters in this. It absolutely does. I'm just saying find something that you could go and sell, let's say for price something anywhere from $6,000 to $20,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bundle right here, that top tier that I've got. I'm going to bundle my top tier subscription, maybe a year or two for free when they buy that top bundle. Now, it's not the only thing they're buying in that offer. Let's just say it is a coaching or consulting thing. Hey, you're going to get access to a mastermind I've got. Hey, you're going to get access to a cool community. Hey, you can send me messages whenever you want. Hey, I'm going to help you one-on-one with your onboarding in the software. Hey, you're going to come to this cool trip that we got going on. Oh, and by the way, you're going to go get 1 or 2 years of my top subscription for free. Notice how it's a throw-in. It's not the focus of the offer. So if I go in and I'm like, all right, $300 subscription times 2 years, that would cost $7,128 across 2 years. And I might tell them, you know what? Go buy my thing that's 15 grand, all right? Or go buy my thing that's $10,000 and I'll give you 2 years of the software for free. Now, obviously, they're paying for a little extra there, and that's fine. They're getting all the rest of this stuff right here, right? But what we've done is we've pulled the day of cash flow forward. It's one of the biggest tricks that SaaS CEOs do to like boost their numbers as they start selling many months in advance worth of stuff all up front. And it makes their numbers shoot through. It's one of the ways I know that SaaS CEO owners will also go and inflate their numbers if they're trying to get acquired. So if you're trying to go get acquired or boost your valuations and the numbers that it costs to go start to look at a VC firm or some kind of M&A deal or something like that, making an offer like this or something that fits. I'm not saying it has to be this. It can be whatever it fits, your model and your personality and what you actually want to go do. But finding some reason to go sell 24, 30, 60 months worth of your software up front as part of something else is a very valuable problem to go solve. And again, one of the best ways to go double the value of your company. Well, hey guys, those 6 things are honestly just some of the first things I popped up with as I started jotting down what you guys needed for this video. But it also is just scratching the surface. If you're a SaaS owner and you're like, man, I want more of those strategies. You want to think like a marketer. That's totally my jam. I love selling software. It's my favorite thing to sell, bar like no contest at all. I'm going to put a link down in the description. You guys can jump on a call with us and we would love to figure out how we could actually help grow your software. We have strategies on strategies on strategies and fun things to go try, especially if you felt any kind of stalemate. And that's one of the most deflating things to feel as a SaaS owner, because it does take a long time to build software. And so if yours isn't growing or it's not growing at a certain percentage that we need it to see in order to get a valuation or for you to exit one day, you really need to book a call down below. Let me know anything else you need and I'll see you guys in the next video.